Previously on PolyArmoury.
You're heading off to Fairy Forest. From the outside, you can see sort of interesting flashing lights and a pounding beat. Quite rhythmic music is being played. And here sits a very odd creature with 12 limbs. Some playing drums, others playing violins, cymbals, a double bass. There are many figures all around, up and dancing in various brightly coloured clothing. Some of them have painted faces, and they're all just dancing to this endless rhythmic beat.
It's a rave!
As you enter this area, Ferris says, "Thanks so much for the lift. It's been so helpful," and slides off into the crowd. You wander round the room. You come across a small halfling. She is lying with her head on a huge rainbow-coloured lynx. Bard.
Ferris!
Ferris, like iron.
Yeah.
My family, we've been bards for generations. I'm looking for the family songbook.
Is this it?
You hold it up, and the dwarf looks absolutely elated. That's it, yeah. You see a couple of orcs. One seems to have quite short, spiky purple hair, and she's wearing a velvet burgundy cocktail dress and an awful lot of very shiny, garish jewellery. She's sitting with a largely bored-looking orc who has black hair, looks a bit paunchy, and is wearing denim trousers and a cotton shirt. And they are flanked by a large bugbear who looks very uncomfortable in a suit and tie. Sitting at the table is Ferris, with his hand on the music book that you picked up earlier. Behind the bar is a large amber crystal formation that grows right up to the ceiling, and it appears to have some sort of thick liquid that drips over the top of it, and you assume that this is where these crystals are formed from. Every now and again somebody will come to the bar, and the bartender will crack off a piece of this crystal, grind it up into a powder, and exchange some cash for some of this crystal. Kneeling near to them, holding a water flask, is an absolutely beautiful elf.
Right, let's see. Crystal, 6 waters.
A bit of cake each.
6 cake.
Yep.
10 gold.
Valarie says very closely, "You should suck my finger."
Don't do this at home, kids.
I took a bit of crystal off the finger.
I also suck my finger.
I really like your tattoos.
Thank you. I got them by making a pact with the dark eldritch goddess. It's pretty cool.
As Brilmara turns around to talk to Valarie, Brilmara realises that Valarie is not there, and is instead stood in the middle of the room. She's dancing her fucking arse off.
Nice. I'm Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
It's nice to meet you. Do you come here a lot?
This is the first time here.
Oh, cool. This is my first time too. I'll say, do you want a drink? And he holds up this drinking flask, and as he sort of offers it to you, you notice on the back of his hand there appears to be some kind of brand. You're not sure what it means, but you know that's generally a brand of this sort on the back of somebody's hand probably isn't a good sign. Oh, the crystal's very good. I know a lot here mix it with spore, but if you want something a bit more interesting, I can get you some purple worm. It's like worm, it's upgraded. The high elves, they do their thing, you know? It's the same stuff, but the high elves fixed it. It's great. I mean, it stops you even having nightmares. Somebody bumps into you, and you're pretty sure it's Ferris, and they're making fairly quickly for the exit. At the other side of the room, you do notice somebody else in a pink suit jacket, wearing blue dungarees, and they appear to be dabbing, and as they dab, they are firing splashes of colour and light across the room that are sticking to the ceiling.
Hey, I'm sorry. How do you make your dabs do that?
I'm lit, you know.
Can you teach me?
I can try. I'm AJ. Pleased to meet you, Brilmara. If you keep practicing, I'm sure you'll learn. Say, speaking of the high elves, do you want some purple worm?
You know what? How much?
3 golds.
I'm a little bit experienced. Do I just eat this?
Just give it a chew, yeah. You'll have a
give it a
good
chew?
time.
Okay.
You chew and chew away, eventually swallow it down. And it hits your stomach, and initially you feel a little drop in your stomach, and then straight away it just bounces right back up, and you feel like it's almost like your stomach's gone numb.
I think I'm gonna go sit underneath the blue mushroom.
You notice that everything around you feels really nice, and you notice as they're being led past that the woman in the burgundy dress is holding the songbook that Ferris was looking for.
I'm kind of curious why you have my friend's book there.
We bought this fair and square.
Are you okay there?
Come here.
Your leg?
You're dropping your toes. You gotta put them back on.
His face seems to sort of just be wobbling slightly.
Oh.
And out of his eyes is bleeding rainbows. So, did you have a think about that purple worm anymore, Brilmara?
I have some purple worms, sure.
You feel like your body is getting longer and longer. Your legs are together, and it almost feels as you look down like there are scales there. You see that your legs have turned into the body of a great demonic snake, and it turns round and it looks at you with venomous dripping fangs, and you're not afraid of it. You feel like you're very conscious of what this thing is, like you've made a bond with it at some point. You feel absolutely empowered by it. And after a few minutes of staring at you, it suddenly rears back and launches down and clamps its jaws where your feet would be and tears itself loose from the rest of your body.
Fighting death and human horse, Thorson tried to kill them all. They escaped the vile moor. Now PolyArmoury store. PolyArmoury.
That's fucking amazing.
Hello, good evening. No. Apparently my mouth is not ready.
Oh no.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Stone Monkey Radio's roleplay series, PolyArmoury. I am Jane Magnet, and I am the mistress of this dungeon. Joining me today to be punished until they scream the safe word, which today is syringe, are Laura Kate Dale.
Hello.
And Astrid Johnson.
Bimble, bobble, booble.
You say that now, but how you would canasta?
Mm.
Astrid, what have you been up to? We'll start with you for once.
Well, I have been doing a lot of university shenanigans. I successfully pitched a freelance piece that then retroactively got turned down. I started making video content for Indie Haven, which made up for it. And I'm gonna go. We're gonna go to MCM this weekend.
Yep, we are all at MCM this weekend.
Or we were all at MCM in the
we
past.
were at MCM this weekend, which is now something like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, it's true. You make a very good point.
I do. I'm good at that.
I was then, in that case, on a panel.
In the future past, we were.
In the future,
and will
in
be.
the future past, I were and will be, and am at a panel.
You are
about LGBT representation in video games.
You are.
So you better have checked it out if you went.
Yeah, and thank you to everyone that came and said hello to us.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
While I wore my PolyArmoury t-shirt.
Yeah.
Because I made one, because I'm a nerd who wanted my own merch.
I want it too, I'm just poor.
Well, when it comes to Crimblemas, I will purchase you a copy of the t-shirt.
Yes!
I think that's all everyone's getting for Christmas this year, just Stone Monkey Radio and PolyArmoury t-shirts.
I have literally the opposite of a problem with this.
It's a pretty great Christmas present.
And Laura, what you do?
My week has been entirely dedicated to getting my coverage of Mario Odyssey up, and oh my goodness, this week is going to kill me. And then in the future past, MCM, and that's been my week. Yay!
I have been having sleepless nights thinking about PolyArmoury. Because that's my life now.
I had one sleepless night about PolyArmoury after making some realizations about where this episode was going.
Well, let's not leap ahead of ourselves, but let us instead slowly slide into this week's episode. So, at the end of last episode, you had just started to come back to the world after a very pleasant experience after chewing some strange fungus you bought from a very beautiful elf, very beautiful, charming elf with a strange brand on the back of his hand. You had been promoted to full PARP, the PolyArmoury Requisition Patrol.
You know, I thought you were talking about my chronic fart syndrome then, and you were just being like really rude. But then I remembered that's what our job is called now.
That is. That is, you are the PARP. We spent a good long time coming up with that name.
Yeah.
Okie dokie doodads. As you start to come up, you find that the boy is sort of sitting guarding you. This is, you know, he appears to be having sort of a nice-ish time. He's very happy to be with you both, and happy to see that you're both okay. After a few minutes, AJ comes over, who you will remember was a lovely orc you met in a pink suit jacket and dungarees. And he comes over and sort of sits with you, and he's got himself a steaming cup of some kind of fruit tea, and is smoking some kind of roll-up. And it smells like dove leaf. Looks like you've come back then. You were well away for a while there.
We went on a bit of a journey there.
Excellent. I think that's what a lot of people do around here. Would you like a bit of my tea?
Bit of tea would be lovely right now.
And he hands you his tea, which is just the right drinking temperature, but sort of on the warm end of that scale. So it's sort of nice and you feel it's really lifting you quite nicely. You've been drinking a lot of water all night, so it's nice to have something that's a little less. I don't know, something more flavoursome than that. That isn't the taste of your inside of your own mouths.
Oh. That doesn't taste like mouth. That's pretty great. Thank you.
So I was helping Thrall lay you out in the recovery position just to be safe. I was pretty sure you were both okay, but I always like to make sure everyone here is having a safe one.
Oh, thank you.
Very appreciated.
And he offers you his smoke.
Oh, yes, please.
And as you're having this exchange, you have a look around the room. You notice that the lights have gone up slightly. The music is much more chilled and ambient. And a lot of the people that have headed off, most of the crowd has filtered away. The messy couple you saw have left. There's no sign of Aaron or Alice or the gnomes. And Rose steps up to the centre of the dais. And Captain Simeon plays slightly more quietly. Okay, loves, thank you so much for coming. It's been another wonderful fairy forest. It's been so lovely to see you all. Now we got a few birthdays we're going to read out. And she reads off various people's names, and there's sort of random little half-assed cheers from around the room from people who are... They announced it at the beginning of the night, and then they've sort of forgotten about it, and now they're all a bit messy. It's like, oh, someone new. Yeah. She announces lost property and so forth. Oh, we got someone's scry home here. And that gets returned to its owner. Oh, somebody's purse. Oh, you're all so clumsy. Everything gets handed back to its owners, and you think to yourself that this is unusual for anywhere in the Underdark, really.
Yeah,
if someone had
God,
lost a Scrytome, that probably would have just been picked up and kept.
Someone would have had literally all of this to themselves at the usual rate.
Indeed, any other event, this would likely have happened. And you notice that people are starting to take down some of the hangings around the room and gather up the blankets and cushions that aren't being used. You're not being sort of told to leave, but you get the impression that things are sort of winding down.
I sort of just want to have a look around and be like just trying to get my bearings of, like, is there anyone that I remember that's still around, or is everyone just sort of going at this point?
You recognise, obviously, AJ, who's sitting with you. You notice that halfling appears to be asleep on Sir Nomington. That seems to be it for the people you've met. The bar seems to be closing, and they seem to be putting up some kind of spell wall around the crystal formation. You
That
get the
seems like
impression.
a sensible move.
Yeah, I'd imagine otherwise people would be literally camping on it all the time.
And like just like rubbing their face up on it.
I don't imagine it would be very healthy for anyone.
Probably
Too much
not,
crystal,
but
probably not a good
it
idea.
wouldn't stop them from doing that.
Probably not. Again, this is the Underdark.
It's true.
Okay, yeah. So that's about it for people that are around. Rose seems to be gathering up blankets and things.
Is the lynx that's being slept on, is the lynx awake?
The lynx is awake, yes. You get the
Uh,
impression that Sir Nomington Porsley is on guard.
I want to cast Speak with Animals and ask how the lynx is doing.
Okay, is that a cantrip?
That is a cantrip.
Okay. Yes, guarding the mistress.
You're doing a very good job guarding them. I just wanted to say you did a very good job.
Yeah.
And off we try and stumble outside for some fresh air.
Okay.
Oh God, I need some of that right now.
You hand AJ back his cup of tea and the rest of his smoke, and you head out to the cart with Thrall. Your cart is there. There's not really much in the car park, really. You see a cart just in the distance, heading down the road back towards Maudtown direction. But that's about it.
We should probably go back.
I'm-
there.
Yeah, this was a very fun night, but
Yeah.
I'm having a real feeling that like we have some valuable stuff and we did do our job, and like
Oh shit.
the
yeah.
longer before we go back, the more chance we frankly the more chance we fuck this up.
And you know what?
What?
I could really go for a Daru's rat bun.
An actual Darius and not an off-brand Darius.
Mmm.
Yeah.
Now see, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. Is that you're completely correct. that is the thing. Let's go get some Daru's. I'm starting to feel concerned about the nutritional value that we're putting inside ourselves, because all we've eaten for weeks is fried rat. And Brilmara, do you think we should maybe get some vegetables in there?
The answer is no. We're having Darius.
Because like my heart's been hurting a bit
Yeah, but like
for a little while.
here's the
I'm
thing.
not-
There is a menu that exists with prices for Darius, so
Oh, shit. I mean, I suppose.
yeah.
And vegetables don't tend to grow in the Underdark.
No, it's
There's
true.
not enough light.
You tend to all be carnivores.
You know, we're underneath and it is dark. Not ideal plant locations.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine you could probably find someone who can grow something hydroponically. Maybe a wizard that can cast some kind of like light spell and maybe form a garden that way.
But somewhat you just have to get used to the whole idea of like, yeah, we're gonna eat a lot of meat.
And fries.
And fries. Which are
See,
made
that's a
of
vegetable, right?
let's
Technically.
not think too carefully
I'm no
about
longer concerned about our nutritional well-being.
Excellent. So you head back on. You can get back on the cart and start to head off. You, as you're trundling on the road back towards Maudtown, you notice that you're getting much closer to the cart you saw departing just ahead of you. You notice from the back of the cart that it is actually a Tasty Rat cart. Appears to be heading towards Tasty Rat. And you think you can see something dangling out between the slats at the back of the van. And as you start to get closer, you realise it appears to be an arm. And all of a sudden...
Oh no!
All of a sudden, you hear a familiar voice shout, "Valarie! Valarie!"
Hello?
They're a bit far away. You're
Hello?
closer. Valarie, help! Help!
You say a familiar voice. Do we know who this voice is?
It's you think pretty sure it's one of the gnomes you rescued.
Okay, let's catch up.
Right.
Okay.
Now, this is awful. Let's just get that out of the way. But at the same time, I also want to say, fuck if this is a wonderful opportunity to liberate Tasty Rat. Let's go get that gnome back!
Oh, you say liberate Tasty Rat. Remember, we did get promoted. We do reflect the company now.
That's why we're going to take the badges off, and we're going to cover up the logo, and we're also going to leave no witnesses.
Okay. So you cover over the side of the cart, and as you finally catch up with the Tasty Rat's vehicle, which you notice on the back says, "Only the tastiest, Tasty Rat," all one word. I need to send you a picture.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming we did not catch up with the cart before it got to Tasty Rat.
It's got to it's at the delivery entrance, which hopefully you can see at the top of the page there.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you pull up, you notice that the cart you were following is at the delivery entrance at the back of the restaurant, and appears to be a couple of bugbears. And the way the cart has pulled up to the double doors at the back, you can't actually see what's going in or out of the cart, but you think you can hear some form of a scuffle. How would you like to approach the building?
So are we doing this, Valarie?
By memory, do I remember what the uniforms of the Tasty Rat employees look like?
They are wearing a sort of horizontal stripes. It's about sort of 2-inch stripes all across them. It's very unflattering. In grey and a sort of leaf green. It's ugly.
Yeah.
And they're all wearing these weird little peaked caps. With a little rat symbol sewn into the breast pocket, with a bun on top of top and bottom, and the top bun says the word "Tasty Rat" in that sort of shape. So you have a couple of options for entering. There's the delivery entrance at the back where the cart is. There's the main entrance at the front, which is sort of through a weird little port. It's all glass fronted at the front, and then there's a door, and then that opens into a small porch area, and another door. There's the drive-through windows. I suppose you could leap through one of those if you wanted.
That is an option, a tactical option that we certainly have.
You might scare the crap out of the staff.
So there's a section of the inside of this building that we don't know what it looks like, what's going on in there.
You wouldn't have seen that at any point.
Okay, I want to cast Unseen Servant.
Okay.
In order to basically create a formless, invisible being that can have a look around and then maybe scratch into the dirt what's going on in that area.
Okay, so where are you going to be if you want to get within 15 feet?
Well, it's 15 feet per, like, if you were using this in combat, it would be per turn. You can move at 15 feet, so
it's got a speed of 15. Right.
Yeah, its total range is 60 feet.
Right, okay.
There we go. So I want to get as close as possible, and ideally into a position where a 60-foot circle would contain that space that we don't know what's going on in. Maybe somewhere down the side of the building.
So
Yeah.
you pull up to the side of the building, away from the drive-through windows and the front of the store, and you send the unseen servant. There's no roll for that, is there?
No, there's no roll for that. It's just speed of 15.
Okay, you cast Unseen Servant and send it off towards the front of the store, and after about 10 minutes, you're getting quite concerned about where it's gone, and you realise you don't have any proper sense of it.
So it seems to have just stopped existing.
It's not responding to you. It may have just stopped existing.
Right. I'm just seeing if there's anything if I have any ability to call it back or anything. Yeah, I try to command it mentally to return to me.
Okay, and after another couple of minutes, there's still nothing, and you have no sense that it exists anymore.
So, look, Valarie, here's the thing. I know you want to do this whole liberation thing, but something's not quite right with me right now, and, well, something's either not right with me or something has damaged my unseen servant, which is also a bad sign. Basically,
Well,
I'm
to be
thinking
fair, the
this
unseen
isn't a
servant's
good
only
move.
got like 2 HP.
Yeah, but that means that someone sensed it and dealt with it. Neither of these is good signs. Look, are you sure? Are you sure we want to do this?
I kind of want to save these gnomes, you know, at the very least.
Okay, if we're gonna do that, you're gonna have to come up with a plan, because my whole unseen servant thing was like my plan.
Okay. We have one of 2 options. One, we stealthy our way in there and very secretly and slowly take out any adversaries that we might encounter. Or 2, we fucking SWAT team it. Just like guns blazing, kicking down the doors, blasting some shit up.
Nice.
Because that sounds like it could be fun.
If we're
And we
gonna
can put sunglasses on. It would be really cool.
If we want to try and blast our way in, like, I could always just mirror image so it looks like there are considerably more of us, which, you know, might help.
Strength in numbers. all
Always
that
bring an
jazz.
army.
Pardon? No, always bring an army.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly. So that's. What do you think? Do we try and stealth this, or do we just storm the place?
I mean, it's a restaurant. You could probably just walk in there.
I hold up my crossbow and I cock it almost as if in a 1,000 or so years from now, one would be doing so on a giant screen that is moving. And I put down the sunglasses that are now apparently on me, just on me. Let's fucking do this.
Okay, front or rear? All through the drive-through windows, I suppose, is an option.
I'm thinking through the rear.
you wanna come in
It's
the rear?
like anal sex.
Okay.
So if we're entering through the rear, that presupposes that we are doing crimes right off the bat. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is, I prepared us these scarves. I've been carrying them for a while. So if you just put that on your face, like I hand a red scarf over to Brilmara.
Of course you have.
okay.
I get like a slightly smaller one for Thrall, so it fits him better,
And we make sure
and it's like it's better shaped for his snout.
we make sure that we magically lock the cart after we leave it.
Absolutely.
And right before we storm in, I want to cast mirror image.
Okay. So you sneak up towards the back of the building. The cart that was unloading into this sort of delivery entrance, they shut up the back, and the driver sort of waves off and starts to head away. And you cast mirror image, and it's 4 images, isn't it? Plus you, or is it 3 plus you?
It's me plus 3, 4 total.
You plus 3. Okay, so you cast the 3 of you and the mirror image. 3 images appear behind you. They appear to flicker momentarily. And they're there, but they wouldn't fool anyone. They're semi-transparent, and they have a really low frame rate.
Look, Valarie, something's really up. I really don't think we should do this.
Shit.
There's a time and a
right.
place for violent revolution, but I don't think it is now.
I understand. Here's what's running through my head right now, though. Right. So we saw the Tasty Rat cart, saw the arm hanging out,
Yeah.
heard the gnome calling for us.
Yeah.
You know when we ate that Tasty Rat and it just wasn't quite right?
Yeah.
Starting to think it wasn't rat.
Well, look. Here's the thing. if that's the case and we run in there haphazardly without thinking, it could be us ending up in those burgers. So,
Yeah.
are you sure we want to do this?
I'm feeling very conflicted about this right now.
How strong are you with your normal weapons?
I'm pretty good with my stuff.
I could probably beat some stuff up with the Morning Star, but it's a question of a lot of the things I can do, I now can't do, so just...
I have a solution.
What's your solution?
So you're not doing too great with the magic right now. You know, the Morning Star could be okay.
Right.
What do we have in the cart right now?
No, we're not using the thing in case everything
If it's that expensive and important, that must mean it's really tasty.
really tasty.
Like a rat?
Like a rat. And we'll just use it for a little bit.
No.
Just a tiny bit. A tiny bit. And like the gap between Valerie's fingers is so small that you can't see it.
Like I'm
That much.
No,
Much.
something is messed up, and I'm not risking this job on
I'll
this.
lend you my rapier.
No, I have.
Like
If
fucking akimbo that shit.
If I'm gonna hit stuff, I'll do it with the Morning Star because I got one of those. But look, if we do this and it fucks up, this is on you because something is up with me and I'm not comfortable.
I touch Brilmara and cast Mage Armor. There you go. You're protected a bit more. How's that?
What does Mage Armor do for me again?
I will show you now.
My AC becomes 13 plus Dex, so 13 plus what is my Dex modifier? 4 becomes 17 AC, which is not
There we go.
bad.
It's an extra 3.
Yeah, that is indeed an extra 3.
And I'm also going to cast it on myself and Thrall.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go. I'm down to 1 first level spell slot, but it's fine. We'll make do.
Okay, right, let's do this.
I
This
have
feels
the
like
crowd suppressing tactic in mind.
This feels like a really bad move, but sure, let's go for it.
Okay, you come around the corner just as the back doors are starting to close, and Madame Valarie just puts her foot in the door, and there is a bugbear who grunts at you and says,
Service ran the front.
Sorry, mate. Got a special delivery, and I shoot him with my crossbow.
okay, roll initiative. Well, I mean, you can have first strike on this, but I think we should probably get some initiative going on.
19!
For the boy?
Oh, I will roll for the boy. The boy gets 9.
Okay, so that is Valarie, Brilmara, Thrall, and the enemies. So you're going to get double strike at the beginning of this. Very nice.
Hey!
Okay, so you shoot him in the face.
I do. Shall I make
So it's
my
an armor
attack roll?
class of 16.
And I get, on my attack, 26 natural 20!
Double that damage. Double the shit out of that damage.
Fuck yes. 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Piercing damage.
Okay, you shoot him in the face, he rears back, and you use that opportunity to wrench the double doors open. And I just need to provide you with the next bit of map. So you are in this back room. The bugbear directly in front of you is the first one you can see there. He's armed with a spear, but he's rearing back and sort of trying to clear his eyes because you've just shot him in the face. You see another bugbear just behind him looking in the opposite direction holding a spear, and he turns around. To the left of you appears to be what appears to be a freezer. I'm going to say that
Is there
one
like
more time.
condensation coming off of it?
There's condensation, it's got a hum to it. There is some kind of device directly across the room for you that appears to be off at the moment. And there is another bugbear just at the far end of the room who is shoveling your gnome friends, who are still chained together because you haven't untied them in 2 episodes,
Oh, I forgot about that.
into a cell at the far end of the room.
I don't like what it looks like in that cell. Or suspicions confirmed. Okay, so...
So let's have Valarie. Let's have your first proper turn of the match.
I'm going to cast web into the room.
Ooh.
You conjure a mass of thick, sticky webbing at a point of your choice within range. The webs fill a 20-foot cube from that point for the duration. The webs are difficult terrain and likely to fill the area. So all of the bugbears, I'm going to cast it in in the general area of the centermost bugbear.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to assume it's going to be the one on my. Hang on, I've got to look at the map upside down. Left.
So the one nearest the cell, yeah.
Yes. So I cast that and a 20-foot cube around him. I'm going to make sure that I'm not within the general vicinity of it.
Yep, that envelops the other two bugbears.
Mm-hmm. So they all need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Heck. Those were some pretty good. So we have a 19, a 7, and a 22.
Let me just remind myself what they need to pass it again. So 2 of them aren't restrained, but one of them is. That's the most important thing.
Okay. So the one furthest away from you is not restrained, but he's certainly struggling through all this webbing to try and get to you. So we're going to say that he is delayed by that. The one in the middle of the room is restrained, and the other one, the one who crit survived that, is the one closest to you, and that's probably why he's probably closest to the edge. That's probably why.
Yeah.
And he is he's still a bit stunned, but yep, he's free to come at you. So let's have...
before that, can I use my move action real quick to sort of duck around the corner?
Okay.
There we go. Strategic cover. Proper swatting this shit up.
Nice. Brilmara?
I want to run towards the bugbear that's nearest that machine down the end.
Okay, so you're going to run through the webs.
Do the webs affect me, or does it just affect...
Yeah, it's unfortunately just a general AoE thing. If you enter it, you will have to make a...
Dex throw.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do so anyway, and I'll do my dex.
Okay, you are trapped in the webs.
Oh,
I am trapped in the webs. Can I reach... If I swung my Morningstar around, am I in position that I could hit any of them?
Yeah, I mean, you're just in there, so you could get the one that you just walked past.
Okay, the one that I just walked past, I'm going to swing my Morningstar at it, aiming to just hit it in the face. 16.
Okay, that's equal, so yep.
4 damage.
Okay.
Not too bad.
That bugbear is not looking too healthy. The other one that is not restrained... Oh, sorry, it's Thrall next. So what's the boy going to do?
I'd say the boy would probably move in for the finishing blow on that one that wasn't restrained and is near us.
Yep, okay.
So the boy will make an unarmed strike attack. Boosh. Oh.
Okay, the boy starts to try and swing at the bugbear, and he's a bit caught up in the web, so he doesn't actually manage to get there.
Oh, poor boy.
I believe the boy has a point of inspiration, if that's something you want to think about for any future moves.
Yes, he does. I will keep this in mind.
As do you, by the way, Valarie.
Yeah, I do. I forgot about that. All right.
The free bugbear takes a swing at Brilmara, who is closest, and also trapped.
Yeah.
What's your AC?
My
14.
It's...
It's
17
now because of my badass magical magic.
Yeah, so he doesn't hit.
He jabs you with his javelin, and it scrapes off your beautiful invisible armour, and as we described last session, it briefly flashes up, looking like heavy scale mail, and then sort of flickers away to invisibility. Next, we have the restrained one. I think he's just going to make a try and escape throw, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So the restrained one has to make a strength check actually to break free. The dexterity save is to try and dodge.
Okay.
And yeah, spell save DC got an 11. Oh no, I'm sorry, he's stuck.
Okay, so he
It's a sticky web.
struggles against it but doesn't get towards you.
It's
The-
too stick.
The final bugbear that was nearest the cell is climbing through the web and sort of coming towards you, but he doesn't make it before the end of his turn.
So, is he moving through the web again?
He's trying to move through the web.
Oh, he's going to have to make a dex save. Yeah,
'Cause he's
if
moving
you,
within
if you in your turn are in the web and you need to make a dex save.
Okay,
It's
so now
very,
he's
it's a
stuck.
very cheeky spell.
He wasn't before, but he is now. Marvellous.
I'm very pleased by this.
He was
spell.
like, "Oh yeah, this web's nothing," and then steps on it and goes, "Oh, I was just lucky and wasn't in a sticky bit."
It's very nice. Okay, well, it's my turn. In which case, so the one closest to us is looking a bit
Looking pretty
worse for wear, correct?
Yep.
I'm gonna shoot him in. I'm not gonna shoot him in the face. I'm going to stab him with my rapier for a whopping 22 against his AC.
Wowza. Well, it's only a 16, so you're alright.
Excellent. In which case, I do 6 points of damage right in
Okay.
his eyeballs.
He's bloody and bruised looking. One eye is starting to swell.
I should imagine I just stabbed him in it.
I think that's probably going to be a serious wound for him for some time. It's probably going to hurt in winter.
if
Assuming
he
he
survives the
lives to
battle,
winter.
he will become my arch nemesis with an eye patch.
He will. He'll even come with microtransactions.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no! You can find out more in the DLC by the season pass. The PolyArmoury season pass. Oh god!
I mean, you can grind through every episode, or you can just put together a master cut of all the previously ones for just $21.99.
Oh, making some deep cuts.
Yeah, look at all these hot takes. Hot takes. So that was Valarie. Brilmara. You're going to need to make a strength.
I need to do
save.
strength. Yep.
You can buy extra hot takes for the low price of 99p a hot take.
Strength of 2.
Nothing. You got nothing.
Nothing.
You are restrained.
So I'm restrained, and I'm not in range to hit it. I'm not in range to hit anyone with the Morning Star, am I?
Not really. In fact, since you're restrained at this point, you're more likely to accidentally hit yourself in the face with it.
Okay. I'm gonna
Be careful.
I'm gonna be careful, and I'm gonna try something that's not my Morning Star.
Okay.
So, I have no idea if this is going to do anything, but seeing as my magic doesn't seem to be working right now, I remember last night I was trying to practice something while not in the best of sober moods.
You're restrained.
Can-
But, yeah, go ahead.
Can I twist my body in such a way I can point my hands in a dabbing fashion towards the person nearest the machine?
I mean, you're restrained, and you did fail your strength throw.
Okay.
I don't think I can let you do that. I
That's
certainly
alright.
think you can. If you get out of this web, I will let you try it.
Okay, as I was saying, like, no is a perfectly reasonable answer. You don't have to hesitate to say no. There's a couple of things I can maybe do. Okay, I'm gonna use my action to shout at the bugbear nearest the machine and just say, "You really sure you want to be doing this? There's more of us coming and we're gonna fuck you up." And persuasion? Or
What's your
possibly
intimidate check?
Intimidation.
Possibly deception for trying to deceive him into thinking there's more of us coming.
Okay.
Is that an acceptable roll on that?
I would allow that, yeah.
Okay, deception 13.
He's not convinced by this. You are not in a great bargaining position right now. He sees that there you are, caught in this web of your own design, or your girlfriend's design, and feels that you are not in the best bargaining position.
Okay, and I can't attack from where I am.
Nope. It's Thrall time.
Yeah, it's Thrall time.
It is. Shall Thrall try and finish off the pretty poorly one again?
Well, Thrall, try to finish off the pretty poly one. Find out in a minute.
Find out now. 14.
No.
Oh, poor boy.
Them
He's
bugbears
getting
don't.
closer though.
Them bugbears don't.
Them rudo bugbears.
So rudo.
It's heckin' rudo.
Right, so it is bugbearing time.
Are they getting a bit over bugbearing?
Oh. Bugbear goes. They got to do strength to move out of the. Okay, so we'll do the one that's closest to you first.
Okay.
He will attack Brilmara, who keeps getting nasty hits on him. He's going to use his brute ability, potentially.
Oh, what does that do?
15, does that hit your AC?
Oh, no, it
No,
doesn't.
it does not
Does
hit
not
17.
Hey, air high five. Oh, sorry.
You say it doesn't matter.
He didn't get enough to hit your AC, so... This is the problem at the moment, you've both got such high AC, they're struggling to hit you.
It's an epic battle.
It's a very slow battle.
It's a very slow battle,
it's
but
weird.
I very much appreciate not getting hit while I have none of my magics, so...
We don't know that.
Okay, my magics are a little on the fritz.
They are a little on the fizzy side. Maybe it's the lack of sleep.
Maybe it's the carbonation.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Oh, so the one in the middle of the room that was closest to Brilmara has managed to get free, and is going to take a hit with their javelin. That's a 17.
Oh, okay. What's the rules with attacks and armor class if they're both the same? I forget.
It goes to the roller.
Okay, fair enough. Oh,
So, yep, that is a hit. Brilmara has 22 health points. Good to know. It's 11.
11.
That's half your health.
Okay, that's fine. It's all good.
And the one at the far end of the room is still stuck in the web.
okay.
Impotently. Valarie!
Okay, I have a plan.
Is it a cunning
It might
plan?
take a couple of rounds to enact.
Is it a
but
very
we'll see.
cunning plan?
It's a very cunning plan. So, 2 of the 3 bugbears have broken. Well, one of them dodged initially, but 2 of the 3 bugbears are currently out of the web.
No. Yes, sorry. They are. They are. If the other one tries to move again, it's going to get stuck.
Yeah. So it's broken. It's broken free from the web, but it is still surrounded by the web. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to try and do here is get Brilmara out of the web, and then set the web on fire because it's highly flammable. But first, I want to check. From my passive perception, which is a 10, can I see if the gnome is in the cell or is also trapped in the web?
The gnomes, plus a few other beings that appear to be in that end of the room, are within the cell area. But obviously where the web has blown up, there are a few threads of it stretching into there.
Can I see if any of the inhabitants of the cell are in the web?
Not that you can see now.
Okay.
There's a lot going on in this room right now.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
As far as you can tell, it looks all right.
Okay. I will trust my initial
Passive
observations
perception.
because we've got to act fast. I'm thinking if Brilmara moved into the web from where we currently are, is it correct to say that she's currently sort of on the edge of the web but still stuck in it?
Yes, that's correct.
I'm going to try and pull her out.
Okay,
and
so
to do that, I'm going to
strength?
make a strength check. If it's strength to try and get out yourself, I suppose strength makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
heave.
Oh no, not quite.
Unsuccessfully heave with your 3.
With a strength of 3,
Yeah.
you limply pull at me and go,
I've
"Yep,
got a really bad hold of your ankle. Didn't quite work out. No, I'm just pulling at your shirt, and it's just not really doing much.
Okay, Brilmara, this is really starting to stress you out. Let's have a wisdom saving throw.
Let's have a wisdom. 7.
You have failed your wisdom saving throw. That is 1 point.
Yep, so at 1 point, there's currently no problem. It's just...
That's true. It's
Yeah,
when we hit 3.
it's when we hit 3, okay.
Okay, so at the moment, you're fine.
Right, and is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to try doing a strength roll to see if I can get myself out of the goo. 1! Botch!
You like
Oh
it in the
shit!
goo. You are into
no.
that goo.
I'm in that goo and I'm just like, oh, I'm not getting out for nothing.
Nope.
Right.
Some of the goo's in your mouth.
Considering I can't reach anyone with my Morning Star from where I'm stuck still, I'm gonna try, possibly foolishly, to cast Witch Bolt. So, a beam of crackling blue energy lances out towards a creature in range. I'm aiming this at the one down the end of the room near the machine. Make a ranged spell attack against that creature.
I don't know if we've already had this discussion, but Witch Bolt is a really good band name.
It is a really good band name.
I am getting a bit of deja vu from that, though, so I think it might have come up when we first cast it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So that's Charisma I need to roll. 9. Just a sec. So does 9 hit hit the armor class?
So, are you sure that you can do the precise hand movements required to cast that? Because it does have a somatic aspect to it.
I didn't assume my hands were stuck in the web because I wouldn't have put them on the floor or anything.
Okay.
I don't know. Can I guess that's up to you as DM. Did you envision this as affecting my somatic abilities? Okay. Do you by your discretion feel that this should affect my somatic ability?
I'll allow it.
Okay. So 9. Does 9 hit your AC?
No.
Nope. Then even if the spell works, it doesn't hit anything.
It's a 16 armor class for the bugbear.
Yeah. So I unsuccessfully try and launch lightning at the bugbear and do not succeed and get very frustrated at my own inability to do anything.
You feel a little tingle, a little static between your fingers, but that is all you achieve.
Yeah.
Okay, Thrall next. Engage the Thrall again.
I think Thrall is getting a little bit peeved at this point and just wants to try and get rid of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to make another unarmed strike. Leap up like that boyo does, and either does a big old scratchy scratch or a big old trying to chomp. Oh, he's not quite getting there. He's
really
not quite getting there. He sort of hurts his jaw a bit.
He sort of leaps at the bugbear, and his foot gets caught on just the edge of a bit of web, and it's enough to slightly offset him, but he doesn't land in the web. So
okay,
it's awkward. But there we go. This fight in general does seem to be getting quite awkward. So we move on to the bugbear. Bugbear nearest to you is going to take a javel. So that's Valarie.
Yes.
17.
Oh, yeah, just gets me.
Ooh. So that is 11, 12, 13.
I'm on 5 hit points.
Run away!
Ow. It's alright. We can come back from this. Spits out blood. Oh! We can come back from this.
Can we?
I think.
Okay, the one at the far end of the room is trying to, again, is going to have to move through the webs to get near anyone. And is it 14? Will that do it? I can't remember.
14, is that me, Brilmara, or the boy?
That's the bugbear trying to move through the web.
Yeah.
No, it breaks out. It manages to get through.
Okay, so the bugbear moves forward again and attempts to strike Brilmara, I guess. 18.
Hits AC.
Oh, shit, yeah.
11.
That takes me down to 0 HP.
Oh, fuck.
I am no longer conscious.
Brilmara hangs in the web. Okay, the other one fails to get out of the web, and we are back to Madame Valarie.
So, I know I'm unconscious, but still think it was a good idea to go in here while I couldn't do my stuff, Valarie.
Okay, I'm starting to think you maybe had a bit of a point going on. So what I'm going to do...
I'm just going to say, if there's a way you can get us out of here, that might not be a bad plan. I am going to try and pull Brilmara out of the web again. Okay, I'm going to try and pull Brilmara out of the web again. I'm going to roll strength, and before I do, I'm going to make I think probably a very sensible plan. I'm going to use my inspiration, so I get advantage, and I get 19.
Right,
Sweet.
yes, okay, I pull Brilmara out.
Okay. You're heading out of the thing?
Let's get the fuck out of here. We tried, we gave it a go, but I think we need to prepare ourselves a bit more and maybe figure out what's going on with Brilmara, and then we'll eventually liberate this place. But now let's just fucking scarp her.
Brilmara is unconscious. Do you want to make a death save throw?
I should probably make one of those. What do I do for death saves? It's just a D20, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. And is it on 10? 10 is the dividing line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Natural 20!
That means you recovered 2 successes on your death save.
Hooray!
Okay. Do you want to fill those in on your sheet?
I have done already.
Excellent.
Fuck yeah.
Go you.
I'm 2/3 of the way to not dead.
So, Thrall understands that you seem to be making a tactical retreat and continues pulling Brilmara back out of the way. And then he's going to make a medicine check.
Oh, that's a good boy.
16.
Yes, that means...
Valarie, Brilmara, you're stabilised.
Hooray! Does that mean I have 1 HP?
It does.
Hooray!
So he sort
Fucking
of fans
yes.
you and brings you back around.
Oh, thank you, Thrall. Thank you.
I'm so proud of the work we're doing here. The work that we're doing as a means of fixing our fucker.
Can I just say, and I want this on the record, I love the thought that there's going to be eventually there's going to be a previously on PolyArmoury where it's me going, are you sure this is a good idea? And then everyone running away.
I like it. I like it.
That's true, that is going to happen.
It should be fine. Run away, expeditious retreat!
Sorry, gnomes, you're fucked.
Sorry, gnomes, I suppose you're going to make some nice burgers.
Okay, so the bugbear that's been trying to wrestle its way to and past Brilmara, so it's a strength throw, and they get stuck in the web.
Oh.
And, sorry, it's a dexterity throw. Ah, fuck, wrong one. Hang on, let me re-roll that. So, yep, they don't make it through.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the other one who is still stuck in the web, and they don't make it out.
Oh no.
And then there's the one that was nearest the door, but not away entirely from the web, so he's going to have to make a dexterity to get through there. And he fails to get out. So you are standing outside of the Tasty Rat double doors at the back. Everyone is still alive.
I'm noticing an opportunity. I turn around.
Turn around.
My glasses are now on my forehead, for some reason, but I do put them back down on my head again.
Of course.
Conveniently enough, for cool factor. I get my whip out, I spin it around a bit, and I whip backwards behind me towards the web, and through my whip, licks of flame travel, and I cast Burning Hands, and sets the fucking web on fire. And I slam the door behind me. No, wait! If I do that, though, what about the carbon monoxide and... conviction?
I imagine if they stay down, they'll probably be alright.
Yeah, I'll be right. Yeah, I slam the doors behind me.
Okay. So, yes, the flames lick up. The doors are slammed shut. You hear the sounds of screaming bugbears. Some coughing and choking.
Whoop, whoop, it's the sound of hecking pain.
Indeed it is.
There we go. We kind of dealt with it.
You're going to leave it at that? You're going to go back in and see if you can do anything, or...?
Gonna give it a bit. Wait for the bugbear screaming to stop.
Yeah, that stopped.
I open the doors again.
Okay,
Cautiously.
You cautiously open the doors. There is a big waft of smoke that lifts up, and you hear some sort of small person coughing.
I spray it down with a fire extinguisher.
Which there isn't, but go ahead.
No, I don't. Oh, okay.
I don't know. What spells have you got that might be handy for?
I don't really.
I have
fires out.
fuck all spells that would be useful.
Oh shit! I should probably have thought about this as a potential occurrence and gotten create water or something. But can you put fires out with prestidigitation?
The fire is out. It didn't really have enough to
Oh, lack of
eat
oxygen.
after the web went out.
Oh, okay, that's all right then.
The fire's out. It was just a waft of smoke, and there's some very crispy looking bugbear, crispy fried bugbear.
Delicious. You know what? They'd make good patties, wouldn't they?
There is
How would they like it?
Across the room. You see the large machine, and now that the room is a bit clearer and you have time to have a proper look, you notice that on the side of it, it does in fact say Patty-matic.
Yep. Let's get them out of there and run the fuck off.
Okay.
Let's do that.
You head to the far end of the room. The cell is still slightly ajar, but the people therein are huddled against the wall. There are the 3 gnomes who are still chained together from 2 episodes ago. There's a couple of elves, some goblins, and an orc. And you notice that in the middle of the floor is a terrifying-looking, swirling metal blade device that appears to... The bugbears had been shoving people into it, and then they're sort of churned through that and up into the Patty-matic and shaped.
I think...
Throw up a little bit first.
You throw up a little bit in your mouth, and...
I think... All of you need to get out of here. Go, go, go.
I whip my sunglasses off and say, sorry for the inconvenience. We're having a liberation. Everyone come out. We're going to save you. We're here. We're going to help. Don't worry. You're not going to be turned into burgers. Come on, let's go.
Please, yeah. Come on. These guys are all right. They've saved us before.
As soon as the gnomes are out, I want to smash the chains keeping them together.
Oh my god, are you breaking the chains?
I am breaking the chains that bind them.
Glorious revolution.
It's all so perfect. It's exactly how I hoped it would be.
Some of the goblins are looking about ready to start smacking some people up.
I could fucking imagine. Sorry, we're kind of... Oh, while we're here...
The orc at the back, he's got a very familiar look to him, actually.
Uh-huh.
And he says to Brilmara, not looking too good for yourself there.
Oh! Hey! Yeah, things are not going great for me. Going worse for you by the looks of it, but...
Yeah, it's been a pretty rough day.
Do you want to come with us and get out of here?
You know what? I'm not at all happy with what's happened here. And he pulls out his bodhran, which is a type of drum, a hand drum, and he plays a little spell over our Brilmara.
Oh.
7 plus 8 is 15. Brilmara, you have a 15 more HP.
Ah, hooray! I'm up to.
He's just cast He's cast quite high level Cure Wounds on you.
Nice. Thank you. This is very appreciated.
Awesome, fantastic. Let's get out of here. Let's go.
I don't know about that. I'm ready.
Ollie, are you ready to fuck this place up?
I'm ready to take these fuckers out.
I appreciate wanting to fuck this place up. I will warn you, I can't do shit right now. So
I think there's enough of us now.
Fuck it. Let's try.
Okay, so between the 8 of you, I think narratively we're just going to have to do this rather than rolling, because I'm not sure I can... There's 3 of you, plus 3 gnomes, and they're not armed, but I suppose they could grab the javelins off of the bugbears.
Are we just going to narratively say that we have
a couple
enough
of
power
goblins
to take this place over?
And a bard with a bodhran. The orc with the familiar accent kicks in the door into the main area of the kitchen, and you see across the room, across the way directly, there appears to be a sort of staff toilet, and coming out of there is another bugbear. The gnomes rush him, and between the 3 of them just jab him straight in the chest with the javelins they've taken off of the bugbears.
Do his trousers fall down as they do?
Yeah.
Yes!
And he trips over them and into the goblins, so he almost lands impaled on the javelins.
Oh, that's fucking brutal. Nice.
There is another bugbear coming from the side, and I don't know what bards do.
Playing music and then They play music and then it hits someone over the head with the instrument, and then it's like, yeah.
Okay, and he casts Hypnotic Pattern on the goblin, on the bugbear.
Which freezes him in place and stops him moving because he's too distracted by the
does.
pretty lights.
That's correct.
Hey.
Yeah.
Which gives the three of you the chance to attack. How are you going to have at him?
I think we should simultaneously hit him in the nuts.
Okay, you go for a double dick punch.
No,
Sorry,
no,
a triple dick
no.
punch.
No, double dick punch and a bite.
I don't think anyone needs to bite that dick.
It's true. It's true.
Okay, so you go for a triple dick punch between the three of you.
Punch.
And the bugbear folds over, wincing on the floor, and one of the gnomes comes over and just shoves the spear through his neck. There it gushes with blood, and then the boy just slashes square across his face, leaving really deep cuts. He's just gushing blood all over the kitchen. I hope they don't get health and safety in here anytime soon, because they are not going to pass that inspection.
Oh, that's why they're not going to pass the inspection.
The goblin that is chained up and currently working the grill is hiding, but obviously being careful that he's very aware that he's very near the grill and doesn't want to be the next person. But yes, he's chained up by the grill. Yep, so there's a terrified goblin. What are you going to do?
Brilmara, do your thing with the chain that you're good at doing.
Thing with the chain that I'm good at doing.
Well, yeah, he's chained up, this poor little goblin friend. And this is a liberation, after
Okay,
all.
I smashed the chain.
You break the chains. They have nothing to lose but those chains. I knew you'd like
Loving
this
this
episode.
shit.
I knew you'd like this episode.
I'm having a fucking whale of a time. This is what I was made for.
Hearing the disturbance, the lizard folk security guard starts to come through the little flappy half door at the front counter. The goblins running the front counter and the drive-through windows are huddled round the corner, so are well out of the way. I think we'll actually do this fight. It's only
Alright.
one lizard folk.
Yeah, needs nothing. Initiative?
Or just use the initiative from before.
We'll use the initiative from
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, right.
So Valarie first.
Gonna shoot him in the fucking head. I'm loving this crossbow right now. I need to think of a name for it. I got a 21.
That is a hit. So
Huzzah!
you line up. Where are you aiming?
Right between the eyes.
Right between the eyes.
You know what? I don't even aim. I just hip fire it
Ooh.
with a big grin on my face.
Okay, and you shoot him right up the nose, which is where you'll
Oh.
basically be going if you're aiming between his
Yeah.
eyes. And there's just the little tiniest bit of feather just poking out from his nose. He starts grabbing the front and back of his head because there's just no way to really get a grasp on it.
God, isn't it so painful when you get it up the nostrils?
He's dropped his short sword and is looking quite worse for wear. Brilmara?
Oh God, he's still alive. The poor fucker.
I'm going to attempt to drive the arrow further into him using the Morning Star with just one big, basically like a golf swing of the Morning
Swing,
Star.
bada, 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 swing!
16!
And that is a hit. You drive that crossbow bolt right into his brain.
For 9
And
damage.
He just collapses on the floor. And just, it's surprisingly ungory. Just a tiny amount trickle of blood just starts to roll out of his nose. But there is no life left in there.
Is there a bit twitching too?
A little bit of the odd spasm throughout the muscle groups.
Oh. Wow.
You have a look around. Everyone sort of scours around the rest of the store, but that's it.
Oh.
Congratulations, Vive la Revolution. There has been glorious revolution here this day.
Giant red red font. Location liberated flashes up, and we get experience. No,
You certainly get experience points. I was going to suggest that perhaps a red flag rolls down from the walls and suddenly.
obviously. Oh, fucking definitely, yeah.
Okay, there are still 3 goblins running the counter and drive-through that are chained up. They're cowering round the corner.
I go and break the chains to let them out.
They look very unsure. Please don't kill us.
Oh no, go.
Oh.
Talk to the gnomes out there. We have no intention of doing that.
They're afraid to come past you, but the gnomes start to come round. It's okay. They're good, which is unusual in the Underdark. But yeah, they saved us from being slaves.
I guess you could say we're all comrades here.
Glory to the revolution.
Yes. Do you have the fearful shame?
So you own a rat restaurant.
We own a rat restaurant, do we?
Well, no one
Oh,
else
shit.
owns it now. You've killed everyone else.
Does that mean we can fast travel here now?
No.
I have, I guess, a question about this, because for some reason, while it's like not much of a chain, I assumed it was a chain still. Is this
It's
just
not a chain.
It's just
I
an
did say it was
isolated restaurant?
in an independent store.
You did indeed. Oh crap! We own a restaurant. So this is good because it means that we probably have a minute to first of all, let's just close the restaurant up for the day so we can just reconvene and work out what the heck we're gonna do.
Okay.
We're gonna have to work out,
How to supply it.
taxes now.
There's no taxes down here.
So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff to work out about us, I guess, owning a restaurant now.
I have an excellent name for for this place that we're going to change it to. The People's Rat Parlay.
Golf clap.
So
Brava.
there's going to be time to work out what we do with this.
Reserved but respectful.
I suspect there's going to be time to work out what we want to do with this restaurant, but I'm going to have a sit down for a second,
God same.
because Brilmara's having a bit of a moment of oh god, that's what the dream was. I pissed off my worm god.
Oh shit. Very quick side note. I did just liberate a slave restaurant,
You did?
and I would argue that does fulfill one of my ideals,
Yes.
and perhaps maybe I can get a point of inspiration for that.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Now that's cleared up.
This is
Brilmara.
me allowing you a character arc.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
I was a little bit worried about you for a while there, but you made it through.
Yeah.
You're closing up for the afternoon. What do you want to do?
I want to have just take a minute because Brilmara's having a bit of a realization that maybe there was more to what went on after taking Purple One than she perhaps really anticipated. Because I think she's having a realization of my magic exists because I made a pact with a beautiful, lovely eldritch god once upon a time, and
Yes.
yes, this was
Dendar.
yeah, Dendar, the night serpent, who is primordial evil that
Eats nightmares.
that eats nightmares, and the realization being, oh no, the purple worm doesn't just not give people nightmares in isolation now, because that's I think what Brilmara assumed was this it in itself doesn't cause nightmares anymore. It's no more nightmares means no more food for Dendar means oh god, I fucked up.
And
no.
in this moment of self-reflection, you start to look across your body and you notice that many of your tattoos have really started to fade.
The tattoos are falling
Except-
off.
Oh
Except,
no, they really are falling off. It was foreshadowing all along.
Except one. One tattoo is still very visible.
Is this the one the one that was similar to the dabbing one?
The one that AJ managed to do a dab image of while performing some dab wizardry. The one that you were concentrating on when trying to practice dab wizardry. And it is, how to describe this? It looks like a sort of a horseshoe-shaped image
I'm looking at
With-
this image and it's beautiful.
with 3 straight lines above it and a little
badass.
circle on the inside, and then a long vertical line straight down that comes to a slightly bulbous end, capping the end of that is a small circle, and surrounding that is a sort of sideways tick shape. I will put this up on Twitter.
Yeah,
so
can we
people
put this
can
up
look
on
at it.
Twitter? Because, like, I'm looking at this now, and can I just say, like, legitimately in the real world, part of me is like, I could get this tattoo. And no one would
goodness.
recognise what this tattoo is, but I would know instantly what this tattoo is, and I fucking love it.
I mean, if you did get it, I'd get it too.
No, I don't
I
think
could
you
get that
could.
too.
It's the dab tattoo. It's an overhead dab.
Shit. Shit, they worked out.
Oh,
They
no.
worked out we're getting wrong.
Oh yeah, I saw it immediately and went, oh shit, it's a dabbing tattoo.
It's a top. It's a tattoo with a top-down dab, and I love it.
It's a tattoo of a top-down dab with a sort of a hand flying, or a ball of light maybe coming out of
I
one end.
legitimately love this.
But if you weren't a pro dabster, you wouldn't have recognised it.
No, I only
by the way,
recognise
so-
it because I'm so
yeah.
elite at dabs. I'm so lit.
You are well. You're not lit. Not lit. You are yet. Don't dabble one.
So I want to go talk. I want to go talk to AJ and just be like, hey, how are you?
Well, maybe when you get out of this restaurant. But for the meantime, we're in a restaurant. Do you want to talk to anyone? Do you want to discuss these things? Are you hoping that the goblins will work for you? That they'll run this, or are you gonna stay here and run this place yourself and somehow source rats to stock it? Because I'm guessing you're not going to be, Tasty Rat is made of people. Tasty Rat is made of people.
No, there's a lot to work out here.
What's your plan?
I'm not sure.
You're the one who liberated this place. I thought you had a plan.
Yeah, but it's like I didn't think I'd get this far, if I'm honest. I know that I know in hindsight that probably makes you really pissed off because I was the one that tried to liberate anyway. But I'll have a look around. A nice perception check.
Investigation.
Okay, 17.
Okay, in the office you find a safe.
Can I open the safe?
You can try.
I'm going to search the corpses for a key.
Okay, you search around the restaurant. Eventually, you find that the brutally stabbed one that was coming out of the toilet is actually the manager. And
Was
around
the
his
manager,
waist, you
yes.
find was formerly the manager, now just the puddle formerly known as manager. And there is a key, or a number of keys, including locks for the shop, around his waist.
Hey!
Eventually, you find on that, by testing them all out, you find the keys to the safe.
Awesome.
And you pop it open, and there is 1,000 golds.
Oh, fuck yes! Brilliant. Okay, so...
That's business starting money.
Ain't it fucking just...
The goblins who you've freed are starting to look like they want to know what's going on. Are they free to go?
Hey, so
Okay.
here's the deal, and I'm gonna jump up and say something because my friend here didn't really have much of a plan. So here's the deal. You're welcome to go if you like. I can't blame you if you don't want to stick around here because let's face it, you've not had a great time here. But
It's not been brilliant.
no, but here's a couple of things. One, no longer chains. That's a good start. B, we are not super keen on the whole grinding up people for food thing. C,
They were doing what?
yeah. Yeah, the burgers were not being made the
God.
most ethical way possible.
God! They didn't know!
Yeah.
That's what they let us eat the offcuts.
We ate from here too. We didn't know. Like, look, I know it's horrible, but you can't beat yourself up over something that you didn't know.
One of the goblins is sick in a bin.
Look, this place has been a wreck, but there's no reason it has to stay that way. You're welcome to stay here if you want, because we could turn this around into somewhere better than it was.
And we'll pay you.
Well,
That's good. Like,
it'd be nice to get paid.
there's
And obviously not have to wear the chains, of course.
You're allowed to. You're allowed to form a union as well. Just saying that right away. That you're free to do that. I encourage it. In fact.
A union? You mean like a cooperative?
Yeah, a
Exactly like
cooperative,
a
a cooperative for workers.
A workers'
workers'
cooperative
cooperative.
where we all sort
Yep.
of own a bit of the place.
What we're suggesting is there will be no bosses in this fried rat restaurant. What will now be an actual fried rat restaurant. No bosses, no managers, no unequal distribution of profits or benefits from working in this establishment. This will become Madame Valerie's Fried Rat Cooperative. Thank you very much for listening.
I feel like that's a beautiful place to end it.
That is the perfect way to end it, and I think we shall end it there. Congratulations.
From
You
a
have-
from a whorehouse to a fried rat restaurant.
You are spreading
Someone come-
communism throughout the Underdark in the most glorious fashion.
Love this so much.
I am enjoying.
Character development for everyone this
I
week.
am enjoying these arcs upon which we have taken today.
Fucking yes.
Well then,
We own a fried rat restaurant now.
you own together.
We equally
You equally own a fried rat restaurant. So, thank you very much for joining us. Let me just check the dates. So, yes, thank you very much for joining us. There is still a couple of weeks left in which to enter our competition to win a copy of 3D Collectathon A Hat in Time. And at this point, if you enter at all, you will be the winner. Because so far we have had no entries.
Art is difficult. If you want to do stick figures, they are still art. They are about my level of art.
Yeah,
But some of you might enter because I plugged the podcast at the panel I was on.
Did you? Awesome, thank you. I do
The
appreciate
one that happened in the future past.
Yes.
The future past one that was, is, and will happen.
In the panel of future past, the Janiac longs to see. One
PolyArmoury
shout out
walk
to
with me.
PolyArmoury. PolyArmoury walk with me. We're really going for the Twin Peaks references this week. Twin Peaks and communism.
I think we should turn this into a cherry pie restaurant.
It's your restaurant. I will let you decide that.
I mean, we probably need to vote on
You
it.
would
And
you might
perhaps,
struggle to find cherries in the Underdark.
It's true.
That's fine.
Unless you start growing them hydroponically.
Hydroponic
So-
cherry pie.
So yes,
That's a good band name.
if
Sorry.
you would
Sorry,
like to
continue.
if you would like to enter the competition, yeah, pretty much anything that is PolyArmoury related, send it over to hashtag PolySMR, and I will pick it up, and I will be very happy that someone cared enough to enter. Yes, and in the meantime, where can we find you, Astrid?
Well, if you like communism
Yay!
in a little bit of your video games, then and your popular culture now, because I'm branching out. I'm expanding the non-hierarchical empire. You can go to jaffameister.com. That's JAFFAMEISTER.com, where you can find a variety of different things. Not least my comical features, both written in video, where I violently mash communism into video games and talk about how it makes sense. My freelance work, where I write about video games for a variety of different places, and other things that aren't video games. And you can find me through that on Waypoint, gamesindustry.biz, and the Morningstar UK newspaper. And you can also find all of my IndieHaven content, which you can also find on IndieHaven.com, of which I am the editor-in-chief. So go check that out. I recently released a first impressions video of the Endless Runner style game Maybot Run, which is your Theresa May running through a field of wheat, collecting tax money to buy personal upgrades. It's really the satire is very on the nose, but also deeply nuanced in some ways. But yeah, you can also find me on Twitter at Jaffameister, spelled the same way as the website, JAFFAMEISTER, if you missed it, where I talk about a bunch of different things, including and not limited to all of the above. So come and join me, have a chat.
And Laura?
You can find me.
Where are you?
You can find me at Laura K Buzz pretty much everywhere. Laura K Buzz on Twitter, Laura K Buzz on YouTube, Laura K Buzz pretty much anywhere that has usernames. Other than that, you can find me Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 at kotaku.co.uk, where I write about all sorts of things. We record this in a weird time bubble, so who knows what I wrote the week that you're listening to this.
And you can find me at stonemonkeyradio.blog, soundcloud.com/JaneRisMagnets, on YouTube as Maniac Janiac, and Twitter as @ManiacJaniac, and at PolyArmoury SMR. And we can also find Valarie as @Valarie PolySMR.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can find us you can find the official PolyArmoury Instagram accounts as polycuties.
Yes.
And I think that's everything. One
Yeah.
last plug for the competition. #PolySMR. Please.
Do
Please.
a art.
Do a draw.
Do a draw, get a game. It's
Get
as
a
simple
game.
as that.
At this point, it is like, if you enter, you will win.
Basically, yeah.
I drew a stick figure, pointed at, and it said Brilmara. Yay! Winner, winner!
Chicken dinner.
No,
Rat dinner,
fried rat dinner. This time it might actually be fried rat. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. Join us again sometime. Bye!
Bye.
Farewell. That was a good one.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
Oh.